Three combine brands dominating American grain harvest. One question every operator needs answered before signing a purchase agreement in 2026. Which machine actually holds its value across 5 years of hard use? This is Farm Gear Pro. Today we are running resale value, ownership cost, repair access, and dealer support on John Deere, Case IH, and New Holland combines. Straight numbers, no brand loyalty. Let's go. Start with what drives combine resale value in the first place. Because sticker price and 5-year resale are two completely different conversations. Resale is driven by 4 variables: brand perception in your regional auction market, documented reliability at high hours, parts availability for the next buyer, and repair access architecture that either expands or restricts the machine's independent service options. Combine resale, 4 variables: brand perception, reliability at high hours, parts availability, repair access architecture. A combine that scores well on all 4 holds value. A combine with a strong brand but restricted repair architecture is showing a specific vulnerability right now in 2026 that auction data is beginning to reflect. John Deere's combine lineup in 2026 centers on the S Series, the S780 and S790, and the X9 series at the top of the range. The X9 1100 is John Deere's flagship, running a twin-rotor design with 18-inch rotors and a 635-bushel grain tank, built specifically for high-volume corn and soybean harvesting in the Corn Belt. John Deere X9 1100. Twin-rotor, 18-inch rotors, 635-bushel grain tank, high-volume corn and soybean. The S790 runs the single-pass axial rotor system, proven across decades of American grain harvesting and deeply embedded in the resale market through sheer volume of units in circulation. Volume in circulation matters for resale. More S-Series units at auction means more comparable sales data, which means buyers and sellers have better price discovery than on lower volume platforms. That volume advantage is real for John Deere combines, and it has historically supported stable auction floors on S-Series machines. John Deere S-Series volume advantage: more units at auction, better price discovery, historically stable floor. But late-model John Deere combine resale is showing a specific pattern in 2026 that operators tracking auction results need to understand. John Deere's net income fell from $10.2 billion in fiscal 2023 to $5,027 billion in fiscal 2025. Third straight year of decline, with a 2026 forecast between $4 billion and $4.75 billion. More than 3,500 workers were laid off across Iowa and Illinois facilities between October 2023 and September 2025, while production of certain equipment lines shifted toward a new facility in Ramos, Mexico. John Deere FY 2025 net income $5.27 billion. FY 2023 peak $10.2 billion. 3,500 layoffs. Ramos, Mexico production shift. That financial pressure and the production decisions that came with it are showing up in brand perception, and brand perception is a direct resale variable on any auction lot. The Federal Trade Commission sued John Deere in January 2025 under Section 2 of the Sherman Act over the dealer-only diagnostic software model that governs its combine lineup. A federal judge denied the motion to dismiss in June 2025, and a separate class action produced a $99 million settlement in April 2026. With Deere committing to expanded diagnostic access by the end of 2026. FTC lawsuit. January 2025. Sherman Act. Motion denied June 2025. $99 million settlement April 2026. The combine sitting on the dealer lot today still carries the software architecture that generated that lawsuit. The promised changes are implementation targets, not completed transitions. For a buyer in the used combine market in 2026, that software architecture affects what they can do with the machine independently. And that restriction factors into what they are willing to pay at auction. A machine whose diagnostic system requires dealer authorization for calibration and reprogramming commands a different resale floor than one that does not carry that restriction. Dealer authorization required, calibration and reprogramming. Restricts independent service, affects resale floor. Late model John Deere S Series and X9 units are appearing at Ritchie Brothers and Big Iron in volumes across Iowa, Illinois, and Nebraska that are higher than 5 years ago. A market signal worth tracking. Before we go further, if Farm Gear Pro is giving you the straight combine market analysis you have been looking for, hit subscribe right now. Real auction data, real corporate developments, no dealer sponsorship, every week. Hit like and share this with any operator comparing combines before a major purchase this season. Back to the numbers. Now, Case IH, and understanding the CNH industrial structure is essential for reading Case IH Resale correctly. Case IH is owned by CNH Industrial, which also owns New Holland. Both brands share combine engineering platforms, precision agriculture technology, and dealer infrastructure in many markets. Case IH, owned by CNH Industrial, shares platform with New Holland. Engineering and dealer infrastructure shared the Case IH Axial-Flow Series, the AF 250, AF 255, AF 260, runs the single-pass axial rotor design that Case IH pioneered in American combines in the late 1970s. That axial flow heritage is a real resale asset in the used combine market. Case IH's axial rotor design has been in continuous American production longer than any competing architecture. The used parts market is deep, independent mechanics know these machines, and buyers shopping used iron have decades of reliability data on the platform. Case IH Axial-Flow, in continuous American production, longest, deep parts market, independent mechanics know it. That combination of mechanical familiarity and parts depth is a direct resale support mechanism. Buyers are willing to pay more for a machine they can service without routing every repair through an authorized dealer. CNH Industrial has made public commitments to expanding diagnostic access for farmers and independent shops across its Case IH and New Holland lineup. Those commitments are in active rollout, meaning Case IH combines purchased today are transitioning toward more open repair access, not sitting on a pending legal settlement deadline. CNH Diagnostic Access Commitments. Active rollout, transitioning toward open access, not a pending deadline. That difference in trajectory matters for resale. A machine moving toward more open access has a different 5-year ownership picture than one waiting on a court-mandated implementation deadline. Case IH combine resale is currently positioned in what most auction analysts describe as a stable middle range. It does not command the premium that certain Fendt platforms are showing, but it holds substantially better than the softening trend visible on late-model John Deere units in the same auction venues. Case IH Resale. Stable middle range, better than softening John Deere trend. Consistent at auction. For a custom operator or large fleet manager who needs a machine with a proven independent service record and strong parts availability, Case IH's resale stability reflects genuine market confidence in the platform. Now New Holland, and here is where the shared CNH platform creates both a strength and a complexity in the resale analysis. New Holland's CR Series combines run a twin rotor design, the CR 1090 being the flagship, competing directly with John Deere's X9 on throughput capacity and header width compatibility. New Holland CR 1090. Twin rotor design. Flagship combine, competing with John Deere X9 on throughput. Because Case IH and New Holland share CNH Industrial's engineering and parts supply chain, many core combine components are interchangeable at the structural level, which expands the available parts pool for both brands simultaneously. A New Holland CR combine owner benefits from CNH's combined parts infrastructure, meaning parts sourced for Case IH Axial-Flow machines, in some categories cross-referenced directly to New Holland CR components. That cross-reference depth is a real resale advantage. It expands the buyer pool by making the machine attractive to operators who run mixed CNH fleets. CNH cross-reference parts depth. Case IH and New Holland components interchangeable at structural level. New Holland's North American market share in combines is smaller than John Deere's or Case IH's, meaning fewer units at auction and somewhat thinner price discovery data in many regional markets. Thinner auction volume does not automatically mean weaker resale, but it means the resale floor is less predictable than on a higher volume platform, with thousands of comparable sales on record. For an operator in a region with strong New Holland dealer presence, that resale variability is less of a concern because local buyer demand supports the floor independently of national auction volume. New Holland resale. Thinner auction volume, less predictable floor. Strong in regions with dealer presence. On repair access, New Holland benefits from the same CNH industrial commitments covering Case IH. The rollout applies across both brands under the same corporate framework. Now the direct resale comparison across all three brands, based on 2025 and 2026 auction data from Ritchie Brothers, Sullivan Auctioneers, and Big Iron. John Deere S Series units at comparable hours have shown the most visible softening trend of the three brands, concentrated in the 2018-2022 model year range, where software lock concerns are most pronounced among independent buyers. John Deere S Series 2018-2022 model years. Most visible softening trend. Software concern among independent buyers. Case IH Axial-Flow units in the same model year range are maintaining value more consistently. The independent serviceability of the platform and the CNH parts depth are both being priced into the auction results. New Holland CR units are showing stable to modest positive resale trends in markets with strong CNH dealer coverage, particularly in the Northern Plains and Upper Midwest. In markets where New Holland dealer density is thinner, the same machines show wider resale variability, reflecting the local buyer pool effect on price discovery. New Holland CR, stable to positive in strong dealer markets. Wider variability where dealer density thins. The clearest resale signal across all three brands in 2026 is that diagnostic access architecture is now a priced variable in the auction market, not an abstract policy debate. Buyers are paying a demonstrable premium for machines they can independently diagnose and service. Machines whose repair path requires mandatory dealer authorization are commanding lower relative values at comparable hours. That market pricing is the auction lot confirming what the FTC lawsuit, the CNH commitments, and the EU Right to Repair Directive have all said through different channels. Buyers paying premium for independently serviceable machines. Auction lot confirming what legal record shows. For an operator making a purchase decision in 2026, that auction signal means the repair access architecture you are buying today is already affecting the resale value you will realize at trade-in time. Now the 5-year ownership model, because resale at trade-in is only one component of total cost. Annual debt service at your financing rate. Projected fuel cost based on the specific combine's engine and transmission efficiency. Maintenance costs based on parts pricing and repair access, and projected resale at comparable hours. Those four lines together give you the real number. 5-year model, debt service, fuel cost, maintenance cost, projected resale. Those four lines give the real number. John Deere's higher initial sticker, combined with current resale softening and dealer rate service costs on software events, produces the highest 5-year total cost of ownership of the three brands for mid-scale operations where independent repair access has genuine economic value. Case IH's stable resale, combined with CNH's active diagnostic access rollout and deep independent parts market, produces a more predictable 5-year ownership cost model, particularly for operators with in-house mechanical capability. New Holland lands in a similar 5-year position to Case IH for operators in strong CNH dealer markets, with higher variability for those in thinner dealer coverage areas. Case IH 5-year, predictable, independent parts depth, in-house mechanical capability rewarded. None of these three brands is the wrong combine for every operation. The right answer depends on your specific regional auction market, your dealer proximity, and how much weight your operation places on independent serviceability. What has changed in 2026 is that the data to make this comparison is now publicly available and directly comparable in ways it was not 5 years ago. The FTC filings, the CNH commitment documentation, John Deere's own quarterly earnings reports, and regional auction results from multiple major houses give a serious operator everything needed to run a real 5-year model. Data now publicly available. FTC filings, CNH commitments, John Deere earnings, regional auction results. Run that model with your specific numbers, your county's dealer proximity, your operations annual hours, your financing rate, and current auction comparables for each platform in your market. The combine that protects your investment is the one that scores best on your specific version of that model, not the one that wins a spec sheet comparison or carries the strongest brand name on the dealer lot. Farm Gear Pro is going to keep tracking every auction result, every CNH rollout update, and every John Deere legal development as this story continues through 2026. Farm Gear Pro. Tracking auction results, CNH rollout updates, John Deere legal developments, 2026. Thanks for watching Farm Gear Pro. If you found this breakdown valuable, share it with a fellow farmer and comment below your thoughts on this topic. See you in the next one.